Good morning. Today I have a story to tell you. It's of me as a little girl, and I always loved reading. I I can't remember when I started reading. I remember learning to read better in kindergarten, but I can't really remember when I started. I Mom says it was about 3 or 4. And so reading's always been a part of my life for as long as I can remember. And I even have a couple memories of before I could read. I remember looking at things that I knew were letters, but I didn't know what they meant. And I would just stare at them and stare at them because I wanted to understand them. And what I don't remember is when I went from not understanding to understanding them, but reading even before I could do it, I knew was just so important. And I wanted to be able to do it so badly because I knew there was a whole world out there that I was missing out on because I couldn't read yet. So little 3-year-old me just kept staring and staring, and I guess it made sense someday. So that's the beginning of the story. More in the middle of the story was slightly older me who was homeschooled, and mother never had any trouble getting me to finish my English credits for the year. You have so many hours that you have to do of each subject, and I would get all of my English hours done in like the first semester of the school year because she couldn't get me to stop reading. But I was a very, I don't even know the correct word to completely encapsulate what a little brat I could be. Even though I was a good kid, persnickety, I guess, maybe, I was something else. And so even though I loved reading and English was my favorite subject, I hated being assigned reading. And the first book my mom ever assigned was Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. And I was a few pages in. The way I remember it, the first chapter is not very long. I was a few pages into it, and Mom asked me how it was going. And I was like, Mom, I hate this book. It wasn't like anything I'd ever read before. I was 12, 13 maybe. I was like, Mom, this doesn't make sense. I don't like it. I don't want to read it. Stop making me read things. I'm just gonna go back and read Redwall. Just leave me alone. And Mom was like, no, Emily, just stick it out for a couple more chapters for me, okay? And so I did, because, ultimately she's my mom and my teacher, and I have to do what she said. And I stuck it out. And it became, in a very short few pages, my favorite book of all time. And I just devoured his works after that. Mom got The Martian Chronicles on Books on Tape because anytime we'd go driving around, we would put on a book and we'd listen to a book while we drove. And so she got The Martian Chronicles, and we all listened to The Martian Chronicles together. And he filled my imagination. If anyone taught me my love of sci-fi, it was Ray Bradbury. If anyone taught me my love of reading, to go from that love of reading whenever you're young and it's novel and you love reading because you can read, to loving reading for the wonderful, fantastical ways it could make me think. Ray Bradbury taught me that. And I'm talking too long. Oh well, this will go on YouTube. Anyways, he just... So, and beyond that, the content in his stories have stayed with me forever. Just as he looked to Mars and said, "Take me home," I looked at his story about Mars and I was like, I want to go there. I want that. And so, which is kind of funny because it doesn't really end up well for the human race in Martian Chronicles, but never mind that. He filled my imagination in ways that no one ever had before. And so I'm very sad today to say that we've lost Ray Bradbury. And if I look a little messy today, it's because I've been crying about it. I adore that man. He is, short of my mother, the biggest influence in my life, and my thinking, and my imagination, and my love of writing. I owe so much to him and his life and his work. And so I'm very honored that he shared his work with us and his life with us and took us to places we'd never gone. So rest in peace, Ray Bradbury, and good luck today, campers. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Got writing to do.